Alrighty, everybody, it's back to Paper and Plastic. It is episode 50. And boy, oh boy, it's Sunday. It's been a long week. I am your host, Papa Sloth, and this is my good friend, Dr. Plagas. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm unfortunately going to be disappointing someone.
Oh no. I hope it's not Dave, because he's here for the Turok. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Pardon me, but the Turok talk. Unfortunately, it has been postponed due to conflicting programming with the other Turok talk. I believe it's called. I don't have a clever name for it, but yeah, we're not doing that. I'm sorry. I wish I had a clever bit.
Oh,
Uh, Sequential Treasures got a hot question off the top. Anyone read the new Thundar comic? Like I did.
I
I
yeah,
didn't.
wasn't aware of it.
Wasn't aware of it. We'll get some Thundar talk, maybe a little bit going on. And then we got Samrock hanging in.
Of course.
Well, Dave's heading out. That's fair, bro. I don't blame you. But also I do. Because we're gonna be talking some fun and interesting stuff here. I think we're gonna start off with a little bit of Hollage, but then we're gonna be kind of looking at some I don't know, like the maybe not necessarily the financial value of comic books, but maybe like the community value of comic books is maybe a
Mhm.
way to maybe look at it. Or I don't know. I feel like we talk about the monetary value a lot, but I think we're in an interesting time where I think we can look at to value things more than just what someone's willing to pay for it. If that's foreshadowing, I don't know. But let's start with a little bit of Hollage. I believe you had a couple things you wanted to show off to us today.
Well, I something just dawned on me.
Sure.
Along the lines of Turok. So my only exposure to it, other than I've throughout my life seen the comics
Mm-hmm.
a lot, was the Nintendo 64 game, which I loved as a
Mm-hmm.
kid.
Mm-hmm.
And it just got me thinking how the Switch has brought back a lot of those games. I would love to see that game if it's not already out. I would love to see that game
I think there's a new
remastered.
one. There's a new one coming out.
Nah, I don't want that.
You don't want the old one. You want
No,
the
I
old one.
don't. I want the one
Yeah.
I played.
Yeah.
Um,
And the old 64. That's fair.
oh, that game was so cool. Oh man.
Because I
Anyways,
okay, no, it's fair. Okay,
yeah.
okay. Sorry, we're out of Turok talk. Uh, we're getting a new one. Yes, we are. Uh, sequential treasures. Man, I'm gonna have trouble saying that every time. How about the entertainment value of comics? Even though many publishers aren't thinking about it, yeah, we'll circle back to that for sure. But I think Doc wants to maybe have a few things to show off. I don't know. You kind of telling me a little bit before you had a few things.
Yeah. Well, I've been reading I got the trade for Assorted Crisis Events,
Okay, all right.
and uh, I will say that book is quite entertaining, and throughout the process of reading it has made me go cross-eyed. Um I don't know if have you read any of that yet?
I read the first two issues.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of specifically talking about that second issue. Holy shit.
What
What a
happened?
ride that was.
It was a it would have been back in October, November. I read the issue two. Been a
Yeah.
while. I can't
Yeah.
I can't remember. I can't even remember what it was. I'm sorry. But
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Dave is spot on. Holy cow, man. I'm not through the whole trade yet. I probably will be by the end of tonight. Um, so maybe I will like to talk more about that next week. We'll see how it goes. um, Presidents here better and better. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, Dave and Nine Panel Grid love I love the assorted crisis events.
Yeah, I think I've heard Eric talk about it, so that sparked some interest, and then Dave posted it recently too, and had said something, like sorry for sleeping on this or whatever, and so Oren at Yeah Comics had a couple copies this week, and I picked one up and figured I'd give it a shot too. Gets better and better, yeah. So,
Yeah, I
um,
have. Oh, sorry. I was just looking at my CLZ. I've got the B covers for the first 4 issues, and I
oh,
think
nice.
I must have stopped picking it up after issue 4, which would have been June. So that's probably when I moved. So I probably just missed issue 5 in the move, and then couldn't find it afterwards. So I have the first 4 issues. So
Yeah. Um, I recommend that read.
yeah, maybe I'll read.
So yeah, I've got a little bit of haulage. I did another filler box. When did I do that?
Are you doing those weekly, bro?
Oh, pretty much, yeah.
Jeez. All right.
Trying to
Hell yeah.
think. So yeah, throughout this week I did
Yep.
it. I wasn't able to do it. I could only go after work, which I only have like an hour or so to
Mm,
hunt after work. Um, and
sure.
so I wasn't. I kind of like worked on it throughout the week,
Mm,
and yeah, a lot of fun. Not a ton of stuff worth noting, but a lot of good filler
mm.
stuff. Not all of this is from that. Part of me feels like I showed this off, but I got this issue. Did I show this off last week?
I don't think so because I would have remembered mispronouncing that.
Yeah,
Arzak?
Arzak.
Arzak?
Yeah, so this is by Mobius. It's a
Oh,
wordless comic.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but just really good stuff. Really cool art in
Oh.
here. Obviously, it's Mobius.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah, so
Ooh.
it's a heavy metal book.
Yeah.
Arzak. I got this from Comics Place. It was
Okay.
just something I filled up my order with to kind of um,
Here's
you know, fill
quick
my card up.
quick side question for you. Do you have any favorite or even like any single issue word like textless issues that you can think of?
Yeah. Well, this one's pretty cool.
Sorry,
It's definitely
I mean like a traditional, like not traditional, but like a modern comic book size, like kind of
yeah.
single issue.
So uh, Jeff Darrow's first run of Shaolin Cowboy on Dark Horse.
Mm, mhm, mhm,
The whole series has like maybe 2 pages of text,
mm,
but there's entire issues with no text.
mm.
Just straight fight sequences.
Yeah.
I wish I had one nearby, but it's incredible.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, hands down Shaolin Cowboy. I mean, the series,
Mhm.
it's a 4 issue series. Like I said, it's got maybe 2 pages worth of text in it,
Yeah.
and it's literally the entire story from start to finish
Mhm.
is like maybe 15 minutes,
Mm. Mhm.
a 15-minute time frame of like happenings
Yeah.
in the issue. It's absolutely wild. Like, well, what a way to kick off his run with
Mhm.
Dark Horse. Yeah, really cool.
Lovely.
There's a trade for it.
Mhm.
I can't remember what it's called, but anyways,
Does
hunt it down.
anyone out in the world of the chat have a favorite textless modern book? Let me know because I have. Oh, I think the only one I can think of is Step by Bloody Step, and I read that one a couple years ago, and that was beautiful. It was a gorgeous
Yeah,
little kind of like sci-fi fantasy kind of esque story. But
I actually have it within grabbing distance, so I'm just
oh,
gonna.
you do Step
Yeah.
by Bloody Step?
No,
Oh,
the one I'm talking about.
okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know. I don't think I have Step by Bloody Step anymore. Nearby.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
like
well,
this
yeah,
year,
yeah,
him just slaughtering zombies for
yeah.
like, I don't know, half the that's like half the book is just him. Yeah,
Oh, that's crazy.
it's insane. So cool.
Damn. I gotta
Uh
find some of that.
yeah. But anyways, I'm probably a few weeks late on this because I've been getting my weekly comic orders really late lately.
Dave saying, I always talk about wordless comics and now my mind is blank. Just like
Yeah,
a comic. Because it's all pictures, right?
yeah. I mean, Mobius was, I believe, kind of the master at that.
Mm.
But um, your boy's back on.
Ah, okay. So I actually just read that 20 minutes before the show.
Oh, really? There
Yes.
you go.
Have you read it?
I have, yeah.
So I realized I read it, I finished reading it, and I thought, oh, this is really interesting. I like this. And I thought, I didn't finish the last volume of Moon Knight.
Well, I didn't get, yeah, I didn't get any of it, and so I mean, it didn't feel like, I don't know.
Do you? Because I have some interesting thought. My quick 2 cents on it as a pretty. I don't know if for folks who don't know me, me and Moon Knight, kind of the reason I'm into comics, is that character in a nutshell. Just love the character to death. Um, always have, always will. So read this issue. I feel like we're in a weird time with Moon Knight where we've gotten so many. We've talked about all the number ones of Moon Knight where it's like, why do we keep going? It's whatever.
Yeah,
Um, that I was parts of this issue specifically reminded me of Lemire's run, which is obviously my favorite run. Um, but yeah, there are certain times where I'm just like, man, I feel like I'm missing something, and maybe I need to go back and finish reading the previous volume before I like fully, appreciate this. But then I'm also like, I kind of really like this, but I also just kind of like, what is happening? Why is this? Who are these people? Like, why am I supposed to care about this situation? It doesn't really give you a reason to care about the situation. And then I think I'm also really biased because I really like Zodiac as a character in the world of Moon Knight. I think it's a really kind of fun character.
yeah.
Uh, so when I saw the end where Zodiac kind of shows up and does a few things, I'm like, okay, like that's kind of like a fun direction to take this character. And then
That's yeah.
they
That's
do
exactly how I feel actually.
yeah, the issue just felt a little like, okay, like why am I supposed to care about this?
Mhm.
And then by the end you're like, okay, well maybe am I even supposed to care about this? Because maybe by issue 2 this will all be irrelevant, and I'm because that's kind of what Moon Knight issues are like sometimes. And I part of me is like, I kind of like that, kind of interested, but I feel like I might get burned.
Yeah. Yeah, see, when I was reading it before I got to the end, I was kind of like, oh, feeling like I've missed too much,
Mhm.
and how many issues is it going to take me of this new series to kind of get caught up to speed without having to go back and read all the stuff I missed because I'm really not interested in hunting any of that down.
Yeah.
Um, and then at the end when Zodiac comes in, they kind of hooked me in there. And I will say actually, so I'm on for a while now.
Mhm.
Um, and this new Null series,
Oh gosh.
I was like, okay, with the
Oh
way things have
god.
been with Marvel, I'm not gonna. I really like the character.
Yeah.
I like all the King in Black stuff and the Donny Cates Venom series that led up to that.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so I was just like, I'm not gonna let them ruin this character. I'm gonna give it, one or two issues, and if it's not going in any direction that is intriguing me, it's
Mhm.
gonna be a hard drop. Like I'm
Yeah.
just done.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've read it or not, but
Oh.
yeah, the end of issue 2, kind of the same thing. Like they hooked me in. They've brought in Thanos. Um, it it
Okay.
it seems like it's gonna be good. So I'm excited for a couple of Marvel books, which is nice for a change.
So first and foremost, Dave was just asking, was that the cover of the EM Geist? I don't know how to pronounce
I
it, but I
don't.
believe that is.
It
It should
looks
be.
like it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the A cover.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely very smooth.
Yeah,
like his style.
he usually does the Moon Knight he has done the last few Moon Knight number ones or zeros, I think.
Yeah, I
I
really
can't,
like it. It's
I can't
great.
remember. But yeah, he's a Moon Knight guy. Dave was saying he saw the painting at OAX. I'm assuming that's
Yeah,
the original.
OAX.
Yeah,
For everybody watching, man, Dave put out his OAX video today, an hour and 40 minutes of
there you go.
that experience. He shows off some really great stuff, has some really great conversation, eavesdrops on some really great conversation.
Mhm.
Um, one of his finest pieces of work, in my opinion. I've watched it like 3 times today. Uh, so
Yeah.
good, so good. An hour and 40 minutes of just comic
Oh,
art and artists, and they had the entire issue of Commandi issue 6 or 7. The entire issue, pencils of Jack Kirby and inks by Mike Royer, and he kind of does a walkthrough of that with some good close-up views, and it is just, oh my god, so beautiful. I mean, yeah, everybody's got to go watch this video. It's so much fun. Yeah, that's all I'll say about that.
oh, there you go. Well, geez, you don't talk about our show that nicely.
I know. Every Sunday I wake up, I'm looking forward to Dave's videos. If they're not like 30 minutes plus, I'm honestly a little bit bummed. No shot at him. I know this is not easy stuff, but like your boy has constantly got boxes and boxes of raw books that need bagged and board, and I need entertainment while I'm doing that. So I'm sitting down for several hours watching Dave and cartoonist kayfabe and just being in my happy place.
Well,
So
there you go.
today was a treat, man. That was a really good video.
Well, no, I get it. I get it. I watched a hour and 45-minute long just someone building the brand new Gundam that came out recently. So
Oh, that's hilarious.
it was beautiful. The
Oh,
things I will never be able to afford. Am I right? Am I right? Uh, you have a few more things to
yeah.
show off.
Speaking of Dave, he gifted me a couple
Oh, there you go.
Grendel Tales trade paperbacks. So thank you to him for those. I
Nice.
think those are not easy to come by. Those Dark Horse trades tend to be a little bit harder to find. And then just a, I don't know, random issue number one of Poison Ivy that I
Oh,
found.
hmm.
I found a whole bunch of number ones. There was like a Nightmaster one shot that I found that was really a lot of fun. I think that this was noted as Poison Ivy's first solo series.
Hmm.
Um, I
Weird.
wanted to read it, but I didn't get to it before the show. Um, and then I found a freshly stocked batch of Amazing Heroes, which are just really fun. Previews, books, interviews, all an
Mm-hmm.
assortment of things. Kind
Oh.
of a comic magazine. But I found this
Mm-hmm.
awesome Bill Sienkiewicz
Mm-hmm.
Electra cover, just so gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Um, and so
Jeez.
that kind of brings me to my next thing. So I grabbed a stack of these because I was really excited to find them, and I don't find them often. And for sure, I thought, oh, I just kind of when I'm when I'm doing the filler boxes and I'm kind of just grabbing random stuff that catches my eye. Um, I I'm often kind of like, oh, I
Mm.
wonder what gems I'm gonna find that I don't know about. What
Mhm.
book
Yep.
I grabbed that intrigued me, and surprisingly, it's got a ton of value. So
Mhm.
for whatever reason, I just thought this was a really cool, beautiful
Mhm.
presenting book, and I thought out of the bundle of Amazing Heroes that I got, this was going to be kind of the value one.
Mhm.
And I was wrong. It's like a $5 book.
Of course.
But I entered this one into my CLZ,
Mhm.
and it came back uh like over $200 value. And so
Hmm.
I'm like, what is this book? You know, it's an earlier issue.
Hmm.
These went well into the hundreds, and this is issue 45, and it's this
Yep.
cool DC Marvel like Superman Fantastic Four mashup cover.
Yep. Yep.
Um, and I'm like, well, you know, that's cool and everything, but surely that's not it. Um, so I look it up, and this is technically, I guess, the first cameo appearance of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So
Mhm.
there is a preview in here that predates issue number one. And so I just thought that was crazy cool. You know, I was searched them on eBay, and they're,
Oh, here I got the picture you sent.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I believe I've heard the story of this. Eastman and Laird paid for this advertisement, I think, and yeah, and oh, I just realized there's a whole bunch of other characters, spirits on there,
Mhm.
and uh oh, what's his name? The Rocketeer. Anyways,
Oh. Hmm.
so yeah, pretty cool. But I noticed that in the CLZ app, there was no key notations on it, and I've talked about my relationship with those guys and the
Mhm.
arguments that I've had, and one, by the way. Um,
Yeah.
so I submitted it to the core, and I just so the core is a place you can go, and when there is no key notations on a book that needs a key notation, you can bring that to their attention. And so I noted that, you know, first preview of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and you know, I like in my app seeing those gold keys, which is
Mhm.
basically like what they consider a major key. There's the gold, and then there's the blue key, which is a minor. And it's
Mhm.
fun. It's like a little treasure hunt when you find books that have those. And
Mhm.
so I argued, due to, you know, considering their whatever criteria that they have to
Mhm.
require a gold key, uh issue 131 previews the first appearance of Venom prior to his first appearance, and they have a gold key under this in their system. There you go.
Mhm.
What does
Mhm.
it say? First
Preview.
preview appearance of Venom. Yes.
Mhm.
um so I argued that this should be noted as the first preview appearance of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and that it should be a gold key based off the fact that they consider Venom's preview. Um, I
Makes
don't
sense.
know. I don't know who's running the page these days, but they haven't gotten back to me. But here's what I expect, because they've done this to me before.
Mhm.
I one time argued, and I can't remember the character, so forgive me, but they were equally as relevant as Harley Quinn and Deadpool.
Mhm.
In the app, they considered their first solo series a minor key,
Mhm.
but they had Deadpool and Harley's first solo series as a major key. So
Yeah.
I argued, I think you guys should change this character's first
Mm.
solo series book to a major key,
Yeah.
considering that you have Harley and Deadpool's as as a major.
Mhm.
And I believe these characters to all be equally as relevant, if not the one I'm pointing out, maybe even more.
Mhm.
A few days later, I refreshed
Mhm.
my key notations, and they bumped Deadpool and Harley's first solo series down to a minor key.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so, you know, that sparked a little bit of argument there and some other stuff. But I fully expect the this will be changed to a blue key, to a
Probably.
minor, and then this will get a blue minor key, because why would they Why would they please me?
Yeah. No, it's obviously going to go the other way. If it's going to go one way, it's going to go the opposite way. It's just it's what they like to do. They like to
Yeah.
do. They like to do that.
But
Uh,
I will. I mean, okay, so another thing was I bought a lot of Green Lantern. I found a ton of Green Lantern filler,
mhm,
and we all know at some point Kyle Rayner turns into the White Lantern.
mhm,
Um and I couldn't remember when that was. I knew about it, and I read it. I had it in a trade. I forgot what series, what issue it was.
mhm,
But apparently when I was scanning all my new Green Lantern stuff in,
mhm,
I got that issue where Kyle Rayner turns into the White Lantern.
mhm.
Really cool, fun moment. Um, to my surprise, they consider that a gold key. Kyle Rayner turns into the White Lantern. Now, I
Okay.
don't know that that is major key worthy, in my opinion. I'm a big Green Lantern fan.
Yeah.
Um, if the event in which it happens was, I guess, more impactful, I
Yeah.
could see why, but it's really not. I mean, it really.
Well, isn't it? It's kind of like the like because the Killing Joke used to have the gold key on CLZ. And I guess this is all subjective because it's just the CLZ app that has the gold keys or whatever. Because the Killing Joke had the gold key for Barbara Gordon getting crippled,
Mhm.
and I don't think it's gold key anymore. I think it's down to blue.
Only the first printing. So
What?
all the printings after that, all 11
And
of
this is
them.
something I've said to you before. I said it years ago. That doesn't make sense to me. The keys should be based on the narrative, the story, the contents of the book, not the value
Mhm.
of the book. If it doesn't matter, if it's a facsimile or if it's a original printing, to me, the whole gold, silver key thing or blue key, whatever, is arbitrary enough.
Yeah,
It's just someone who wants to feel better about themselves at the end of the
agreed.
day, which is
Oh,
whatever
I
floats
have
your boat.
I have the original copy. All you have is the facsimile. Hate to break
Okay,
it to you, dude, but it's the same
it's the
shit in the
same
book.
damn book.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh
Oh, 9 panel grid saying y'all got me updating my CLZ now. I believe Samrock also updated it, maybe for the first time recently too.
Now, so I saw what you guys noted about Tim Drake, and all they did was a switcheroo. And let me try to
Okay,
remember what this was,
okay,
because I saw the update and I had both issues, and one of them went from a minor key to a major, and the
okay,
one you guys had went from a major to a minor. But I
okay,
think his actual first appearance
okay.
is a few issues prior to that, and
Sure.
they turned that one into the major. And I actually saw uh, the submission in the core. It was pretty recent. So when I submitted mine, um I had seen that one.
So so a sequential transfer saying, kind of disagree with you guys. It's kind of like having original piece of art and then having recreation of it, not the same thing. It's not the same thing by no means in that example, but this is an example of like we're talking about like if the significance of whatever issue throw a gold key at me, like the first appearance of what is it Superman number Avengers Superman number 500 with the first appearance of, all those other alternative Superman characters,
Mm,
Superboy, Cyborg Superman, like if I'm buying a facsimile or a reprinting of that, if it's a second printing or variant, does the time of which it's printed matter? Because like it matters on a value on a how much are you willing to pay for that
Yeah.
term. But if we're talking solely on information for the educational purpose of letting me know whether this book has something that's substantial to the overarching narrative of the comic continuity, then I want to know about it regardless. I mean, again, this is all subjective. It
Yeah.
matters to you, but I'm saying to me, as someone who I'm just more curious of whether this is the first appearance of a character, or if this is the death of a character, if this is a first costume of a character. Like to me, I'd rather have that information than not have that information.
Mhm. Yeah.
So when
And I will say the beauty of the app is if you think something is gold key worthy that isn't a gold key, the app does allow you to change it yourself.
yeah,
So for the people out there that just love to see the gold keys in their app,
yeah,
you could just turn every single book a gold key. But I'm kind of when it comes to you know, again, if we're talking about value,
yeah,
if that's a factor,
yeah,
then a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1 second printing is still a very significant book. It
mhm,
came out only a few months after the first one, or
yeah,
even less than,
mhm,
and it's still a very unaffordable book. It's an insanely valuable book, but the only Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1 copy that they consider gold key is the first printing. Second, third, fourth, and everything after
mhm,
the fact is a blue key.
yeah,
Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Same thing with the Crow #1. A second printing Crow #1, still a several $100 book, only came out a few months after the
mhm,
fact. Blue key.
mhm.
First printing, gold key. But then there are other books. Let's see. Um,
But I mean, I'm also. I mean, I just want to address the nine panel here. I can see facsimiles not having the same key standard because it's not likely because it's more likely facsimile is more readily available.
yeah.
But I mean, like if if you're using CLZ, Key Collector, whatever website as a tool to figure out whether a book has a narrative implication. I'm not talking culturally, I'm not talking financially, I'm talking purely from someone who's just like, does this book have an event or some sort of like something of substance, a substantial consequence? I remember picking up a facsimile edition of Crisis on Infinite Earths #8, which was the death of the Flash Barry Allen.
Mhm.
I thought it was an original copy until I scanned it until ZLZ, and it was like, oh no, this is a facsimile. And I'm like, oh okay, why doesn't it have a key? And I submitted, let's throw a key on this bad boy, and they gave it a blue key.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it needs to have a gold key by any standards. If you
And
want
most of the
to,
time they will have the blue key. Like Hulk 181
yeah,
facsimile is going to have a blue key.
yeah,
And I do agree with that. There's just some inconsistencies as there will be.
yeah,
It's it's just other I assume comic
yeah.
fans that are running this app. So like Batman 436
I'm just saying
first.
consistency is my main thing. Is like
Yeah. Yeah,
just
because there's second printing books out there that have the gold key.
yeah. And I mean, if we really want to split hairs about it, like, sure, if a book is printed 30, 40, 50 years later, like, it's not going to hold the same, goddamn value,
Yeah.
obviously, as the original.
Yeah.
That's not what we're debating here. We're
Yeah.
talking about should it have, that information readily available, not the book itself, but the information on the book readily available.
Yeah, and another case may be too, as many facsimiles as they're making these days, they just might not always get entered in
Mhm.
with that key notation,
Yeah. And
Um,
I think Dave also kind of nails it on the head too. And I think that's maybe the thing we're all arguing the same point over, but in different ways, is that key is just comic lingo for value, really.
yeah.
And people throw a key on there for absolutely nothing, and then
Yep.
charge extra $5 for it because it's a key.
Well, and
But
for example, this Green Lantern book. It's Green Lantern: The New Guardians, issue 16. Um, again, Kyle Rayner becomes the White Lantern. They consider that a major key, but it's a worthless book. It's a dollar. It's a dollar book. Um,
And
Bane breaking Batman's back is a gold key. I think
Mhm.
multiple printings of that still carry the gold key, and it's essentially a worthless book because it's so mass produced. You can get them for $1. I
well,
think they even have Bane's second appearance
mhm.
as a major key.
Well, it makes me wonder, like, too, like, I think that's one of my very few gold keys is actually Bane's second appearance because I think it's also Jean Paul's first appearance.
Yeah.
So in
So
fairness,
maybe the combination of the
it's
two.
yeah, its first appearance is Batman, like Jean Paul Valley's Batman, and then the
Mhm.
second appearance of Bane. So
Yeah.
maybe the combination of the two of them will get you there. Oh shoot, what was I about to say?
Well, and I've often thought that and I can't think of there's many books
Mhm.
that I could reference for this. I just can't think of any off the top of my head. But like Green Lantern books, you get a book that has the first appearance of like five or six different characters.
Sorry, Treasure was also was just making the comment on that as well. I think he was
Yeah,
saying the Bane's second appearance also Azrael Batman's first.
sure. So that's fair enough.
That's fair enough.
I think I don't know the Bane's. I don't know. I just feel like that's an excuse to kind of make
Well,
Azrael's a little more significant. I don't know.
I'm a Jean Paul fan, so I'm not gonna touch this one.
I
But
am too, but without Bane's second appearance, is it still a major? I mean,
well, that's the thing is Dick Grayson first appearance as Batman a major?
I
I
don't.
don't know.
No, I don't think
I don't
so.
think it is.
And I don't think that Kyle Rayner turning into the White Lantern is worthy of a major either. I
Well, that
think I think we kind of sometimes hand out the gold keys a little too
mhm.
willingly, and other times don't turn them into gold keys
Mhm.
as willingly.
Well,
Um, and
here's a
the arguments can
mhm.
go in circles.
Well, yeah. But that's what I was gonna ask you, maybe the whole everybody can answer this, for me because I'm curious. What let's take first appearance of Absolute Batman as our example for the class. When does everyone think that's gonna be defined as a gold key? Is it already defined as a gold key?
They finally turned it into a minor key.
They've
For the longest
on
time.
CLZ, yes. Yeah.
Oh, you said Absolute Batman, right?
Yeah, yeah, Absolute
Yeah.
Batman. Yeah, yeah,
It took them a while. It
yeah.
took them a while, and I was honestly shocked because, let's be honest, a lot of this is based off of value, and I think that it was. I think it's solely the value that drove them to even give it a key rating.
Mhm.
Um, because gosh, I don't know.
Also, 9 panels onto something. Yes, there should be more standards for keys. And I think we used to joke about like having keys in our collection that would just be like my first book, my first purchase, like or
Yeah,
my first this is the key is this was the first book I bought from, this comic book shop or something, right? Like
yeah,
um
yeah. And Jim says to my point that yes, well, it wasn't my point, but to my question, it would still be a major key.
um
So Jim is a Green Lantern fan.
mhm.
Um, so I would ask him what does he think about the key rating for Kyle Rayner turning into the White Lantern being a major key.
Yeah, and I was actually going to follow up my when do you think the first absolute or first appearance of Absolute Batman would be a Come Gold Key, because that spins a whole goddamn cycle of like, well, when do we make Absolute Flash first appearance a gold key? You know,
Right.
when do we make absolute like jokers first? And then at the point that as at that point our gold key's meaningless.
Yeah.
You know, like and which at that point I hope they are.
Well,
Uh,
and I don't know that some of those you just named off even have a key rating.
they don't. They don't. I don't think there's a first
Yeah.
appearance of gold absolute Green Lantern. I think there's only Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. I think they're all in that all in special. I
Mm.
think unless there's
Interesting.
some debate around it. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Let me check.
completely. Though those are completely value driven then, because
Well,
yeah.
that's the thing is our modern gold keys like that's man.
Well, and
I don't. It's a
here
whole
is
like a BS, anyways. But
yeah.
yeah,
Here's the argument I really want to get into, and
yes.
you
I'll
know,
argue.
I have this dream of bringing somebody on from ZLZ to just go at it with them live, but I'm not a good talker, so I would
I'd love to
lose
watch
that
it.
battle.
Yeah.
But there, you know, okay, so we could sit here all day and throw out, you know, Kyle Rayner, White Lantern, major key. Harley Quinn's first solo series book, major key.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's easy to do that with Marvel and DC,
Yeah.
but at what point do we put aside, okay, these are the big two publishers, you
Mm-hmm.
know, it's
Mm-hmm.
easy to nitpick them,
Mm-hmm.
but when we let's talk about like Ninja Turtles and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
within the world of Ninja Turtles, what would be considered major and minor? And I have noticed that with the Ninja Turtles, like we talk about um Slash or
Mm-hmm.
Mondo Gecko or Leatherhead. I mean, the list goes on of these very significant characters within the world of Ninja Turtles. You know, I think a character like Leatherhead or a character like Rat King, those
Mm-hmm.
are major key moments in the Ninja Turtles universe, but they only have minor ratings.
Mm-hmm.
Jenica is a minor key. I think that's a huge moment in Ninja Turtles. You know, they kind of nail like the big ones, your Casey Joneses, your
Mm-hmm.
Shredder, your Bebop, Rocksteady, Krang. Obviously, they're going to hit those, but those
Yeah.
are also like the very early issues
Mm-hmm.
of the first series and then the cartoon adventure series.
Mm-hmm.
But anything beyond that, they're just talking minor. And I think that's something that should change. You know, when you go into like Sonic, it's a different they have a different standards. A lot of those major characters are major keys in the Sonic world.
Mm-hmm.
This is not an argument I've ever posted in the core. Just simply for the fact that oftentimes when I post in there,
Mm-hmm.
they seem to just go against me. Probably because I've had so many argument with them. And
Yeah.
it used to be Facebook where these arguments would happen. So they
Yeah.
were a lot more public and accessed by a lot more people. And
Mm-hmm.
I've really like, you know, only in a nerdy way really gotten into it with people. You know, it never got personal or like I'm gonna track you. Nothing like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Of course.
But in a very nerdy way, we've gone at it. First Shredder would be key. Yeah. Yeah, and they are. But like
Mm-hmm.
Leatherhead and Rat King, ongoing characters from
Mm-hmm.
the early days even to modern days. I think those guys deserve a major key. Those are major characters within that, you know, within that world.
Well, then, you know, to your point too, it's like I think they stopped looking at Spawn as well. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like they like should 350 have not been a key? Like the new ruler of hell? Like, should
Right.
that
I don't think that the key standard should be based off of, you know, oh, is
it readily available, or is it a high value
or
book?
what's its
Like, yeah,
significance compared to this Marvel character? Well, we're
mm,
not talking about the same two
yeah,
worlds. We're talking about the Spawn universe, and within
yeah.
the Spawn universe, this is a major moment. This is a major character. You
And
know, this is a key figure.
that's exactly what I've been saying as well. Is this is information. Like this is knowledge. This is education in this hobby that is valuable.
Hmm.
Because if I didn't know where to jump in at spawn, but I was looking through my app and I was like, oh, 350, this is the new ruler of hell. Maybe I can think I'll pick that's a recent issue enough. I can go back and find that. I can pick that. I can jump in there. That seems like an interesting spot to start. Like, and I'm not saying that happens, but I'm saying like I've looked through my CLZ app before for keys and I've thought, hey man, if it had listed that as a key and I saw it at the dollar bin, I would pick it up. And now I'm giving my comic book shop money because they actually, because I had the information available. It's a cycle, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and let's well, we won't even go into Usagi. The only major key appearance in Usagi is his first
Mhm,
appearance and his first solo series.
mhm,
Not a single other character gets a major key worthy rating within his series, and it's just like, oh, the disrespect. And so, yeah, Dave's a little bit onto something. I don't know that I necessarily
mhm,
should have my own app, but I wouldn't mind being invited to be a contributor to the CLZ app, maybe a
yeah, bro.
volunteer or something.
Yeah,
Because I will
literally.
say a few of these guys that are running that are extremely incompetent, as well as very unresponsive. I mean, I posted my thing like a week ago, and
Mm.
nobody has. I mean, what are these guys doing? Do they got full time jobs or something? I mean, nobody's updating this app right now. So, anyways,
Yeah. I hate to say it, bro, but they I can tell that they have only cut themselves off more and more from the public in the recent years. As someone who's been
yeah,
using CLZ for a long time as well, they are just like closing the blinds more and more and more. They're closing the door and they're locking it, a little bit quicker. Like
yeah,
they don't want to hear from people like us anymore. Like they're doing their own thing. They're
yeah.
paying money.
They're sick of me for sure. And I will say it's a great app. I love. It's a great way to just archive my collection.
Yeah.
You know, I have a buddy like Ozzy, elderly gentleman, losing his memory, still working off of a paper list. Happy
Mhm.
birthday to him, by the way. Took him out to lunch on Saturday, had a really good time,
Oh
did a
yeah.
little hunting. But the dude is constantly buying
Mm,
doubles, triples, quadruples because he
yeah.
doesn't know what he has. He thinks he has it, maybe not.
Mm,
Probably should get it. Might be better condition.
mm,
And I've told him I don't know how many times, like, dude, just get the app. It's
yeah.
so easy.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
terrible for pricing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Because yeah. Yeah. No.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
hit that basic entry of a 9.6. So of course every book you enter is gonna reach I don't use it for value at all.
I
Y-
I find the value on number on there, if anything, doesn't tell me how much money I can sell this for. It just tells me, you know, the general interest in the book, right? Like if something has a higher value in it, I'm assuming there's at least some interest
sure.
in
Yeah.
it. Maybe not a lot of interest, but some interest.
Yeah, well, and thankfully for the value, it was, if I entered this and it came back as a $5 book, I might not even know the significance of it. I'd open it up, I'd certainly see the preview, but I wouldn't even think for 1 second that was,
Mhm,
I wouldn't even think to look at the date and be like, "Oh, this is months before the actual first issue."
mhm. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is like there's so many books out there that get lost, that people don't realize they have popularity with the audience until years later, right?
Yeah.
Like, so, or there's things that are immensely popular right off the bat with something, and we're like, oh, this is the most amazing thing. What if like Absolute Batman just shits the bed in like 2 months? Like it can happen.
Yeah.
So like who you know Again, I think at the end of the day, if there's information that can be used to educate people about comic books, whether it's just like I'm going through my app and I'm scanning in a book and it says, "Hey, this is actually the first fight between Moon Knight and Spider-Man."
Hmm.
I did that. I was at a comic book shop. I scanned it in and it had that key, and I thought, I'm picking that up right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just needs. I'm not saying and getting this, and this is a good thing because not only is it informing me, it's informing you. It's informing, whoever wants to know that this is some information that's like it can. The comic book guy, they get money because of it. That keeps them in business, and I think that's the
Yeah.
biggest. That's the thing for me is when I'm going through comic book bins of bins and bins and bins, and I'm trying to scan and look and trying to figure out, does this book, and not that I'm trying to buy for the key, but like I just want to know if it's even just worth reading. And if I
Yeah.
see it's the first fight between Moon Knight and Spider-Man, that's worth reading.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is the last time I'll talk about it, but
Mhm.
Kyle Rayner becoming the White Lantern,
Yeah.
I'd read that before, and I
Yeah.
don't think in the moment of reading it that I like really comprehended like, oh, this, obviously this is a thing that happens in the story, but I didn't like identify the key significance in that moment
Yeah.
until however many years later that it's been, and I'm here scanning in this book, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna read this real quick before I come on the show.
Mhm.
And so I did, and the whole time I'm like, oh, I remember this. Like, oh wow, that's a thing, and it's got this beautiful full page spread of him kind of like Jesus crucified on the
Mhm.
cross, turning into the
Yeah.
White Lantern. Real, cool moment, but again,
But if
not.
if I saw that as a key and I'm flipping through my comic books at my local shop and I saw that, I would have picked it up, for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I want to clarify. I do not want Absolute Batman to
no.
fail. That's by no means what I was trying to get at. That was a joke. That was
No, and
yeah.
Oren, when I was in the shop on Saturday, Oren had showed me some books that he was eyeballing, and he was looking at a 9.8
Mhm.
Absolute Batman #1, first
Mhm.
printing, and I think they were asking like 350 for it, and
Yeah.
he was kind of, debating on whether he should get it.
Mhm.
And I'm kind of like indifferent, but I was just kind of like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if you should do that or not.
Mhm.
But if you want it, that's cool. Like that's an absolute Batman #1 and a 9.8. That's pretty exciting, I guess. And whatever, it was just it wasn't really a thing. So I left, and then he sends me a picture
Mhm.
of an absolute Batman 9.8 that walked into a shop just a few hours later.
Wow.
Somebody brought one in to sell to him,
Yeah.
and he bought it off of them for 300, so he
Yeah.
saved a little money. And I was
Yeah.
just like, I told him, I was like, man, that's the beauty of owning a shop. Like, people are constantly going to be bringing you stuff. And he said, yeah, and I got it for $50 less than that person was
Mhm.
asking for the one I was looking at. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. Like, whatever. It's exciting that such a new book has that much value.
Yeah.
And I kind of just, after me and him were done talking, I kind of just sat there and thought about, like, what's that book going to be like in 2 years or 10 years or 20 years? Like, how will it be perceived down the road? And, what is the capabilities of this
Mhm.
book? Could it be thousands and thousands of dollars, or could it could either be both? And I'm just kind of like weighing the
Yeah.
scenarios a little bit, and it was just, I don't know, I'm not a big one for values and stuff, but it was
Yeah.
kind of cool to just it's exciting that I'm gonna get to witness this with
Sure.
such a modern book.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I'm just going to catch up here. Treasures was saying it will fail at some point. Who talks about 2099 universe or the new Ultimate Universe? Maybe he's referring to, or is there the new universe? I'm not sure. Or the Marvel Mango universe. Dave was
Yeah.
saying none of those books were written well enough, and then Treasure saying Beg to Differ 2099 had some, and the early New Universe. I'm not too sure. Oh, I don't know what the New Universe is.
I love
Oh,
the
it's I love it too because they're totally different points of view, right? And I
well,
think
and they're I know both of these guys
yeah,
personally. They're two completely different eras of uh when they came into comics.
yeah.
So it's kind of exciting to see like the clash of opinions.
Well, that's what we're here for. And I'm just gonna throw it out there that like eh, every like who talk like not there are, fail is such a crappy word to use in this. It's not fail. These aren't failures by any accounts, regardless if we talk about them anymore or not.
Mhm.
People love them. As long as one person out there is still loving any one of these books, it is not a failure. Because
Well,
books, art can't be failure. Art cannot be a fail.
well, and think about this too. When we jumped into these, uh, initially I was only on Absolute Batman, and then
Right.
Flat Green Lantern
Yeah.
and Martian Manhunter came later, and so
Yeah.
I was into those, so I hopped on those.
Mm.
But I was late to the party with Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
and what ended up happening? That one ended up being my favorite.
Yeah.
So maybe, also too, what we could see is, yeah, maybe at some point Absolute Batman could crash a little bit. I think it'll always carry some value. I could see it going either way though. I could see it coming down a bit, or I could see it just skyrocketing. I think Absolute Wonder Woman though,
Yeah.
being that I've heard many people say that it was their favorite of the
Mhm.
bunch, could be a slow and steady rise long term. So I'm just, it's exciting to see stuff coming out like this that could,
Yeah.
be something someday, and we get to kind of just kick back and watch it.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Well, I was gonna say, before we kind of wrap up here in the next few minutes, um, I have actually done some reading, so I want to get my updated count for how many books I've read this year. I am at 47. I'm almost
Oh
broken 50,
geez.
but 47. Not great, not terrible. It's where I'm at. I'm pretty much caught up on most of the Transformer stuff, which is amazing. Speaking of universes, the Energon universe, don't know much I don't know what else is going on in the GI Joe side of it, but whatever's
Yeah.
going on in the Transformers side of it, I'm going to keep smoking till the day I die, because it's
Yep.
amazing. Uh, and even the Dan Mora, Robert Kirkman stuff. I don't know why I said Kirkman after Mora, but those two guys, not as good as the previous team, but still good, still good,
Yeah.
still good, still enjoying. And then Absolute Superman, dude. Are you on that at all?
No, but I'm like this close.
Dude, just
I'm
get
this
the
close to
trades.
buying
Just
the
get the
trades.
trades.
Yeah.
Get the trades, bro. Um, I think the first arc was really solid. I just think this version of Superman is just it's just really I don't know. It's just right up my alley. It's perfect amount of angst. It's an angsty version of Superman. It's a
Yeah.
younger, angsty version of Superman, um, who is learning hope, and I just love that. Um, surrounded by really interesting characters, a new story arc kicked off. Dude, I hate how much I enjoy the Absolute stuff. I gotta say, I hate how much I'm enjoying it, because it just every time every time I read it, every time I read just comics, I feel like I just want to read more of it,
Yeah.
and then I lose a day because I'm reading comics all day, and I'm like, oof, I should have
Yeah.
done the dishes.
Exquisite Corpses has been really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been steady the whole time, but in the beginning, I was just kind of like, oh, this is really predictable.
Mm,
This is exactly what I would have expected from this series, but at the same time, I've kind of accepted like, but that is exactly what you would want
yeah.
from a story like this.
Mm,
I mean, not necessarily for it to be predictable, but it's doing all the right things,
yeah.
and so I've warmed up to that. And although still predictable at
Mm,
times, it's really fun. So I've been enjoying that one.
Another indie book to I was able to read and finish. It's just the 4 issues of the second volume of Orphan and the Five Beasts. Oh my god. I don't think you were on Orphan and the Five Beasts.
No.
It's the James Stokoe uh original one from is it on Dark Horse? Yeah, on Dark Horse. Uh dude, it is like I think you would love it because you like it reminds me of Shaolin Cowboy a little bit,
Okay.
but just like oh, it's so good, man. Yeah. I'd recommend if anyone can get the trades, get their little hands on the trades of Orphan and the Five Beasts. You will not
Yeah,
regret
I'll
it.
look into that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and
a bloody mess. It's great.
I really like what Dave said here, and I second that. Those guys are just doing some incredible work, and
Mm,
I really I'm a big fan of manga, so to kind of see that
yeah.
starting to take more influence in what we're looking at these days is really cool.
Well, I would throw Moira in there too, man. Like he's definitely
Oh
an
yeah.
anime
Oh
guy.
man. I
There's
am
so many goddamn nerds out there. It's beautiful.
yeah, I am so enjoying this new Batman
Mm,
run.
yeah,
Um maybe more than Absolute at this
oh,
point. As
interesting.
crazy as that is to say.
Interesting. Oh, interesting. Okay, it's good to know. I did see that Absolute Batman has a Chainsaw Man homage cover coming out here pretty soon. Did you see that one?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, I feel like it was all over the place. That's the
And
next.
no, Jim, I'm not reading Conan, but between you and Eric, yeah, I'm really wanting to hop on that.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
he's on. So man, yeah, that's what I mean. There's a lot of nerds out there.
Oh yeah, no, George Jimenez is yeah. He's very much adopting that manga. Well, yeah, he really is adopting that style.
We got that Chainsaw Man cover.
Oh
It's
wow.
it's like some exclusive store version variant or
Oh,
something, but
I'm so I'm so bummed, dude.
yeah.
That last issue of Absolute Batman, go to the covers for that, the Poison Ivy ones.
The one that just came out.
Yeah,
Are you look?
17.
Yeah, are you looking for like
I want to
the
say it was like maybe the B cover.
B? The or
Yeah,
are you talking about the crazy looking one with the like the flowers coming out of the mouth?
yeah, where he's yeah.
That one?
Ugh. Yeah. So I'd ordered that
Yeah.
with my last order of books that came in,
Mhm.
and there it wasn't in there. So of course I emailed them, and apparently the reason it didn't come in was cuz they had sold out,
Mm,
but they also didn't refund me. And so I was like, well, if you don't have that one and just any other cover that
mhm,
signifies that this is Absolute Poison Ivy is coming in,
mhm.
just because that's what's happening.
Yeah.
And they were completely out of any of them that had anything. I just had to get some regular ass Clayton Crane Absolute Batman basic cover.
Oh,
Really bummed on that. I'm gonna have to eBay that one right there because that one was so sick.
oh, that's oh, man, that's a bummer because my shop had so many of those.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, bro. Uh,
Yeah, really disappointing. I did have one final thing to show off.
oh yeah,
We
sure.
just
Go.
went off
Yeah.
on a tangent there.
Yeah.
We had said we weren't going to do that, but I don't think we thrashed CLZ too much. We're just
Nah.
kind of, you know,
Yeah.
debating. But I got
Yeah.
my Hip Hop Family Tree omnibus in finally.
Hell yeah.
Um, just beautiful
Beautiful.
stuff here. I got a lot, if not all of the single issues, but this is just such a pretty gold foil.
Dude,
Great,
that's so
the
nice.
great Ed Piskor right there.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So
Trying to think if there's anything else we gotta cover. Man, yeah, we are living in a golden age of seeing
So what is Dan Moore doing right now?
He's on Transformers.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, he's on
Yeah.
Transformers. Is he on a Spider-Man or
Oh, I wouldn't
something?
know that.
He
I was just trying to
might.
think. I could see the work in my head, but anyways.
Yeah, I think uh, he's definitely on Transformers. I think he's on something else too. Oh, it might be the Brave and the Bold.
Oh yeah, Dave said
Oh,
it.
yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought there was something else he was on too. Is he on a? He might be on a Power Rangers.
Oh,
He
he does
maybe.
good Power Rangers work. I've actually
Yeah,
been reading some Power Rangers lately. That's
yeah,
funny.
yeah. He's always dipping and dabbling around.
But I will
Um,
say, Jimenez's work on Batman right now is some of my favorite visuals that I look forward to every month. I just the color usage, and just the very manga inspired style, and paired with uh what's his name's writing. I shouldn't be.
oh my gosh, is it
I
King?
know.
Is it Tom?
No,
No.
no. Dave interviewed him.
Oh, Matt Fraction.
Jesus, Matt Fraction.
Matt
Yeah.
Fraction. Oh
Good
my
lord.
gosh. What do I
I've
think?
been
Tom
reading
King.
a lot of other Matt Fraction right now too, so that's really terrible. But anyways, yeah, yeah, we
Why
know,
did I think
guys, we
Tom
know.
King? What is Tom King? What am I thinking of? Where am I right now? Um,
Yeah,
Jesus,
what's he doing right now? I don't
I
know.
don't know. I can't keep track of anything anymore, man. I'm so out of the loop these days. It's painful.
So let me
Um,
ask this: those that Titan Conan run right now, those are like plus size issues. Do they do any kind of collected edition of those? Any trades like volumes that I could get and jump into? Because I'm not hunting down those singles.
no.
So Eric or Jim, let me know, because I wouldn't mind. I've never been a big Conan fan, but so many of my friends, like Ozzy and Jim, constantly push it on me. So maybe it's time that I do.
Oh, I just got hit with such a bait and switch. Sequential treasures. Tom King should be writing comics. I was like, yeah, he should be. This is what his job is. And then he corrects me, shouldn't. I'm like, oh,
Jim has
poor
some
Tom
hot
King.
takes, man, and he's not a guy that I would want to get in any kind of arguments with.
Doesn't it?
Um,
I'm too weak. I'm not
but
strong enough.
we'll stay away from the controversial shit when we get him on. Let's just keep it positive.
Is Tom King controversial? I don't know these things. I
Well,
thought.
I just think his hot take. I
Okay.
personally like me some Tom King. So
Okay. I was like, I liked Danger Street and stuff.
he
All
did
right.
some good Mr. Miracle work.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he was on. uh, I think he was on one of those Cruel Kingdom books I read too. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, but no, I can't remember. Um. All right. Anything else you want to leave with us today, my friend?
No, did we even hit on what we were supposed to, or did it kind of segue
Oh,
into that? I don't know.
no, I can't. At least doesn't. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa! I am not smoking crack. We don't smoke crack up here. Come on, man. Maybe a little green crack. That quality BC crack, if you know what I'm talking about.
What was I was telling Oren that one day I wanted to run the shop for him, and he's
Yeah.
like, "It doesn't take much. You just got to get really high, and that's about it." I'm just like, "All right, well, I don't do that, but whatever, you know."
Hey, man, I worked at a dispensary for a year. I was a
Oh yeah,
manager. I could tell you
those
it
were
is.
good times.
It
I
is.
remember.
It was that easy. All right, my friend.
Yeah, Emerald City. Going to Emerald City on Thursday.
Hell yeah.
Rolling with a couple buddies from town. It's my birthday. I'm gonna hang out with Dave. I'm gonna be meet a whole bunch of creators. Hopefully I get some real content. I haven't really done much with that. But I would really like to put one together. This is the first time in a while that I've been excited for Emerald City.
Wow.
Um, Ozzy's in here out of nowhere. talking about
Some Conan.
Conan. Yeah,
Yeah.
what I told you guys.
Oh man,
Um,
yeah. Is your birthday coming up too?
yeah. So initially, I thought it was on Thursday when I was going to Emerald City. I was wrong.
Yeah.
We'll chalk that up to the old age that I'm about to reach. Um, but my birthday is Wednesday, but I'm
Wednesday.
celebrating on Thursday.
All
So,
right.
yeah, I'm
So
looking forward to it.
everyone message Doc on Tuesday. A happy birthday.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah,
All right. Well, yes, we'll be back next week. We'll have episode 51. We'll be talking
yeah.
some. Sounds like
Well,
I'm guessing we'll be dipping in some Emerald City Comic Con
yeah, we'll
chats.
have a recap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Maria Wolf doing some cool shit for me, so that'll be fun. I'm
All
hoping I
right.
can get footage of that. We'll see. And yeah, we'll see what kind of trouble Dave can get me into.
Just yeah, just film it all. There you go. It's the easy part. All right,
Yeah.
my friend. Well, if I'm sure I'll talk to you before then, but happy
Oh yeah.
birthday from everyone, obviously, and
Thanks.
we'll be having a good week here. We'll be back hopefully next Sunday for another show around the same time, 6:30.
Yep.
And I hope everyone has a great week. Monday's tomorrow. Sucks, but here we are.
Yep.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Oh, and that was the 50th episode. Thanks everyone for hanging out, and we'll catch you guys next week for episode
Yeah.
51. Okay, guys.
Thanks.
Have a good night.
See ya.
See ya.